Hi ladies, this is Diane. I wanted to show you today some composition books that I've been working on. I use composition books to give as a gift sometimes, and I've made a lot of different ones over the years. I've got Christmas journals, garden journals, baby journals, and these books are just so handy for doing that. And I wanted to show you a few of them I made. This one was inspired by Bona. It kind of has a vintage feel to it. What I did on this was I sanded it lightly with some sandpaper, and then I painted it with kind of a sand color. And then I found this canvas, this sticky back canvas at my local thrift store, and I frayed around the edges, and then I stuck it down on top of the painted surface. With my storybook cartridge, I cut out the words journal and distressed those with tea dye ink. Then I got some Prima Flourish and put it right here. Then I got these flowers from Wild Orchid Crafts. I like to buy the ivory or beige or white ones and glimmer mist them. These two blue ones have been glimmer misted. And I just added a couple of flowers, kind of gave it a vintage feel. I put the little pearls in the corners to kind of balance it out. On the inside, I took some old dictionary papers that I found at a thrift store and kind of just tore them up and kind of collaged them and distressed around the edges. Then I took my Distress-It-All and went around all the edges of the book to just give it an old look. So that was a lot of fun. So thank you for the inspiration, Bona. The next one I want to show you is a baby journal. And I give this as gifts when my friends have babies. And what I did with this one is I got this paper at Tuesday Morning. There were two separate packs. And I cut out on my Cricut out of the New Arrival cartridge, little one, and shadowed it with white. I added a little Ladybug sticker that I had, and then I took a brown pen and made little lines all the way like a trail that, like the butterfly had flown. And then I put this little bear on here. I was watching tutorials one day and I ran across this. And the lady that does it, her YouTube channel name is ScrapbookingbyLeann. And she was given a demo how she makes this. So I bought the pattern from her and some of the mulberry paper, which is really inexpensive. And what you do is you get the pattern and cut it out, and then you punch with your paper piercer all the way around these patterns. And then you pull them apart, and it makes the edges kind of fuzzy. And then I distressed it and glued it all together. She sends the little eyes, and they're just so cute. After you get through making them and gluing them together, then you take a wire brush and you can rough up the mulberry paper, and it makes it kind of fuzzy. They're so cute. I just love them. So if you're interested, she also has a blog, scrapbookingbyleann.blogspot.com. So check her out. She's got some cute stuff. She also has patterns. So you could do this for an older child and have a cute little dress or something, or little coveralls or whatever it was, whether it was for a girl or a boy. But she's got the cutest of all the patterns of the Terror Bears, I think. And then the next one I made is a little ladybug. I found this cute paper that says Ladybug, Ladybug, Fly Away Home. I got it at Scrap, and I covered the book, and I cut out on my Cricut out of Walking My Garden this little ladybug, and mounted it on white, and then again on black, added the googly eyes. Then on the side I added just a strip of black, and then I put eyelets just about 1.5 inches up from each end, and then I threaded this cute little ribbon that I'd found that was kind of ladybug looking through it, just tied a little knot, and that just makes a cute little book. Then on the inside, I just lined it. So that'd be cute for a young lady, a young teenager, or something for a journal, or something to give her friends. The next one I wanted to show you was kind of a more masculine feel. This is paper that I got at Costco. This 2-inch strip I cut from the other side of it. It's two-sided. And I had this kind of naugahyde or oilcloth. I'm not quite sure what they call it, but I cut this out on my Cricut with a deep cut blade from my Fabulous Finds cartridge, the hinge. And I put those there, and then I cut a circle, and then I added a Tim Holtz timepiece and a spinner. And then I stamped and embossed this sentiment from Close to My Heart: to everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under heaven. And then on the inside I just lined it the same way with the clock. The next one I did is very simple. I used kind of a gingham look paper and a forest green strip, and on my Cricut cartridge on Home Decor, I cut out the bird and the branch in silhouette and just glued it together. The next one I did is from the black and white garden vignettes from my Mind's Eye. This is beautiful. I'm making a Twilight mini, and this is just some of the papers I haven't used. And I covered the whole sheet with that, the whole front side. On the inside, I used a different paper and just centered it so the owl would fit nicely on the inside liner. And then I just did the polka dot one, and then the back's the same as the front. But I once again did Prima pearls, and I made this flower, and I put these little flowers on it from Wild Orchid Crafts, and added a couple of leaves. I love it that Wild Orchid Crafts have these little rosebud. They are just so pretty. They just make it so feminine and delicate to me. And I put a white feather behind it. And I also got this lace from Wild Orchid Crafts. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's got holes along in the bottom. And so I took a piece of satin red thread, or red ribbon, and wove it through the bottom just to kind of give it a little bit more color. And then just glued it all together. So I thought that was really pretty. My last book I have to show you is just a simple little journal. This is a Hero Art stamp. And what I do with my butterflies is I stamp them on a printed paper, and then I put glossy accents over it, let it dry, and then it makes it kind of bendable. And underneath I've stamped another butterfly, and then I put pearls down the middle. And one thing I do, I just buy white pearls and I color them with my Sharpies. I've got a whole bunch of different colored Sharpies, and so that way I can custom color it to whatever my project is. And then you kind of bend the wings and make them look a little dimensional. And then out of my Cricut I cut this notes, and it's just lined the same. Oh, it's lined with a different paper. Anyway, that makes it simple. Sometimes they're nice if you've got several stacked together to have them more flat. But if you're going to leave it out, then sometimes something like this is really pretty too. So they're really fun to make and really fun to give as gifts. And I hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.